Hi everyone, my name is Jen and welcome to the Book Refuge. Hi friends, so today I am so excited because I'm going to be doing a book haul for you with the books I received in August, and there's been some great ones in here. I'm very excited to show you. I have both books I've bought, books that have been gifts from viewers and friends, as well as books that have been gifts from authors and publishers, okay? So just one thing to clear up, I know my longtime viewers, you don't need to hear this, but the last time I did a book haul, there was a random Karen in my comments who was bitching that I had both PR books and books I bought in the same video. And I'm not really sure why that should bother anyone. She's saying that isn't a haul if I didn't buy every single book. I'm sorry, no. I tell you which ones have been gifted to me, and then it's up to your opinions about when you see my reviews, if you believe them or not. Like, that's just based on how trustworthy you think I am. There's nothing I can do to convince you, and in fact, if I tried to convince you, you'd probably be less convinced, you know what I mean? Yes, I receive a good amount of PR. I'm very blessed. I'm very open about it. And besides a select few authors who I'm very open about, you know, I have a tattoo for one of these authors, okay? Like, I am biased a little bit, okay? But I will always tell you my biases, and then you can decide based on my review how much it affects you, okay? I think I'm sorry I'm doing this little rant, but again, especially when it's like one Karen who said that, the vast majority of y'all know me by now. You know, you usually don't stumble across a book haul for someone you don't know, I feel like, because what does it mean to you if some Susie Q over there is getting a certain book, right? If you don't have a connection with them, you don't really care. So that's why for the most part, this isn't a big deal. Like, you guys know, I get PR. I hate using these words, but I'm literally a full-time reviewer. There are authors and PR companies that are going to send me PR. But I will always disclose when I've received a book as a gift. I've never been paid for the review though, okay? Like, just because they give you pretty things, it doesn't mean that I'm being paid for the review. That has never, ever happened for me to be paid to give a review. I've been gifted books, and then it's up to you guys to decide how you feel about it. But you know, there are very few authors I'm even biased towards anyway, because even if someone sends me a pretty book, it's like, well, thank you, but that's not going to change my opinion and ruin the level of, like, trust you have in me. You know, I don't have it around right now. It's in another spot, but I have a poster from, I think it was my, like, third or fourth full year doing this, where I asked my viewers to send me one word that they think describes the Book Refuge, and the number one word, and then I made a word like picture, right, for how many times each word is said, and the number one word in the middle of that picture is honest. And that is what I always promise to be. So sorry to start the book haul off with that, but I feel like I wanted to address it because it really kind of hurt my feelings. And I'm someone who I can separate it pretty easily because I'm putting myself out there. There's 22,000 people subscribed to my channel. Not every single person is always going to be kind. That's just how it is. And in the day and age we live in where, you know, especially I've heard this on TikTok, I personally don't have a TikTok that I use anymore. I do have an account and people still follow it, but I never use it except once in the last 18 months I had to post something for an obligation, right? So anyway, my point with all of that is, like, I understand the skepticism because there is particularly beauty influencers who are being paid for their reviews and, like, not disclosing it and stuff like that. But I have never taken money for a review, nor will I ever. But I will accept pretty books in hopes that I will read them. Like, that's just, it's true. So let's go ahead and get into it. But we're going to start actually with the gifts that I've received from friends. And then we'll get into the books from publishers and authors, and then we'll do the ones that I've bought, which obviously you can see a few of those stats. Actually, first off, I want to show, these are some bookmarks that I got from Maggie because there is the Phantom Romance readathon going on right now. So if I remember to, I will link her Etsy shop. But if you're doing our readathon, you can actually get these too. This one says, I love the Phantom, and this one is like a ticket to the opera. And these are just so pretty. They're really soft and beautiful. It says, "You know I'm your favorite." So I just wanted to show those off. I'm one of the hosts for that, and so she sent those along. Okay, then I had a gift of these beautiful manga and graphic novels from Nabu. I think we say her name Nabu. Nabu, sorry if I mispronounce your name, my friend. You're so kind. She sent me the Savior's Book Cafe Story in Another World, which is so pretty. And this one says it's a book lover's fantasy. So cute. I really love the art style. This one character kind of reminds me of like Snape, how he looks. So that's funny. Then there is Who Made Me a Princess? And this one says it is a hit Korean webtoon in print for the first time. And this one is in color. So that's super cool. And then this one, which I actually have had on my TBR at different points. So this was very sweet of her to send. And it's Villains Are Destined to Die. This is another like colored one. So that's beautiful. I love her like pink hair. That's cool. A villain living life is in hard mode, whose every path leads to death. So thank you so much, my friend. Those are so beautiful. Okay, then one of my lovely patrons, who is actually my on my producer tier. She is so good to me. She sent me some special editions. She gets a lot of special editions, and she sent me two of my favorite books from last year, as well as one that I've actually had on my TBR taken off, had it on, taken it off so many times. So there's actually the Fated Mates, is it Fated Mates, or is it the, what's it called? Romantic Renegade. The Romantic Renegade box is the I Married a Lizard Man special edition, which I did not know. There's an art piece in the back too. That's cool. There's a couple of them. What? I did not know this. That is so cool. There's that one. There's like some fun drawings in here. That's awesome. So there's that. Then these are like, I'm obsessed with these so much. So thank you, Megan. These are amazing. She sent me P.S. You're Intolerable, which this is fantastic. Okay, because I've had this. I was trying to get a copy of this on Mercari, which by the way, there are a few of these on Mercari that are only for like $35. Although the fees on Mercari have just gotten fucking ridiculous. Like, I'm pretty much going to close my shop anyway, because I'm like, why would anyone want to pay this for these books there? But I've been really wanting to get this because this was with Dark and Quirky, and they only sell theirs in full boxes. Like, some of the book boxes are nice and they let you be able to just buy one book, which I wish they did. I mean, I wish they made the option for that, but like, I understand. But yeah, this is a special edition of P.S. You're Intolerable. I actually have another special edition of P.S. You're Intolerable coming that I ordered from Books for a Cause. And there are also out there, I'm just going to put this out into the atmosphere because I keep waiting for them to show up on Mercari, and so far they haven't. But there's a edition of Dear Grumpy Boss that's done. It was done with a Billionaire box. And then there's also a Sincerely Your Inconvenient Wife that was done with a place too. So if you happen to have either of those and would like to get it off your hands, let me know, because I'm really trying to get those ones because I would like special editions of all of these ones for sure. But this is absolutely gorgeous. There is a special art piece. That's not how I picture Elliot exactly, but it is, I mean, it's gorgeous, man. I love it. There's even a page. It's from chapter 22, page 234. That's great. I love like the blue flowers on it. It's gorgeous. Love it. Love it. And then there's also this gorgeous special edition of 1% of You. So these were, this one was from, which one was this from? This one was from Lit Haven. Who did this edition? Yeah, Lit Haven Boutique. So I never even heard of them, but it worked out. These are two of my favorite, like, Not His Baby books. And this one is gorgeous. She becomes a nurse. So on the back, there's Only for You. Like, isn't that cute? The demon worshiper stole my chips. so cute. And there's the chip bag right there. And then the underside has like the tattoo gun and it has an infinity symbol. So these are gorgeous. So thank you, Megan. I'm so happy to have these on my shelf. Then one of my lovely friends actually sent me the French edition. Now, I'm not someone who usually tries to collect like different language versions because, you know, I don't speak French, but she offered to send me a copy of this and I was just so excited about it because it's so pretty. So she sent me the French edition of The Takeover, which I think is funny because like the contract on the page is in English, but yeah, there's this really pretty copy of The Takeover. So this is so cool. And I thought it was so nice of her to send it to me. I'll link her channel if I remember to. But she is, I believe she's Canadian, but she speaks French. So when I watch her videos, I have to put on subtitles and I can't pay attention that well. But maybe some of you are French watching. Okay, then I have the lovely gift from Big Sis. She sent me this gorgeous copy of Embers in the Snow, which is a book we basically buddy read it together. Like I read it and I wasn't even finished with it and I was like, Big Sis, which if you don't know, that's Crystal from Crystal's Bookish Life. She's my bookish big sis. We've been friends for a really long time and we like a good amount of the same books, right? We've done book club together. We're pretty close like that. And I know how much she loves vampires and I know how much she loves a simp hero. And this hero in here, Corvan, he absolutely is that. And this is the people cover, which I just think is stunning. Okay, like it has that bit of a cheesy cover, but it also just like, look at his like hand placement. Look at how he's like looking in her eyes. Like I just think this one is really well done for this cross between like, you know, this cover is gorgeous, but I really loved this. I actually listened to the audiobook, which I highly recommend because it is dual narrated by Shane East and I can't remember the woman's voice, but it was amazing. This is like an arranged marriage and there's vampires and other magic in it as well. And I just loved it. So she very kindly got herself a copy and she also sent me one. So thank you, Big Sis. I love this. I love it so much. Okay, so those are all the books that I was gifted from friends and viewers. And now, as I said, we will do the ones I was sent from publishers, and then we'll do the ones that I've bought. So I have quite a few like boxes to show as well, because everybody sent PR boxes this time, which was amazing. So the first one, I actually don't have the box anymore because she sends hers in these huge boxes, okay? So one of the authors I ended up on PR for, and I have a few of her books now and I can't wait to like read them. Particularly this one. Like this one was on my TBR for August and I had so many books on my TBR. But I really want to read it for the readathon because it does have LGBTQ rep in it. And it also has like enemies to lovers, I think, as well. But she sent me Racing Hearts. And anyway, she always sends her stuff in such huge boxes when they could be in a box. Sorry, you'll see that they could be in a box this size for the stuff that's in it. And she ships to me from the UK, which is so generous because I know how much shipping costs from there. Okay, I send stuff there. But anyway, she sent me Racing Heart, and this is an MM romance, which I'm very excited to read. I've only read Reverse Harem from her before, and the other two books I've received from her have also been Why Choose. And I'm just not always in the mood for those, but I'm super intrigued by this one. It also has, I think is it street racing? What type of racing is it? I can't remember. But yeah, this one is MM, and it's between a racer and a photographer. So there's this. And then I love the bookmarks. Like every bookmark I've gotten from her has had this like shininess on it. So it says, can enemies become lovers? So see, it's hitting the tropes that I need. And there's like tire tracks on it. So cute. There's actually a page overlay, which is a bit hard to see. I will say it's a pretty pale one, which is a positive if you think about it, because a lot of page overlays you can't like see over through them, you know. So it's kind of cool. I could actually read the page through this if I wanted to. But then I have other goodies in this bag. So we got a tote bag. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. There's like a map of the college. Very handy dandy, by the way. There's, okay, here's an art print of the couple. See, she was sharing some spicy art on her page, and it had me very excited. But I didn't get sent the spicy art, which is okay. There is like a photograph of them, which is the same art. There's like fake money, love it. This like so cool. So her like name card, but it has this like metallic racing hearts, like playing card type thing. That's so cool. We got some stickers that just say like Pine Valley on them. Oops, there's some more stickers too. Hold on. We got some more Pine Valley. There's like a patch and everything. That's so cool. Then there's actually a disposable camera, which is crazy. I wonder if I can, like, I'm sure I can actually use it too. That's just wild to me. That's wild to me that that's in there. That's such a cool like throwback thing. And then there's a cute little water bottle, which I love. And I love that it's like really subtle too. You can use with this or you can use with the pop bottle. So some very practical fun things in here. So that was with that box. And as I said, I do plan to read Raising Hearts this month if I can make it happen, because it's not super long and it hits a lot of my tropes. So this could be a great one to read for the readathon. She also has a fantasy coming out with a co-write. She has so many books out, y'all. Just so many of them, which is amazing. And yeah, but she has a fantasy co-write that she has coming out that I really want to try. So she's a very prolific author. Like there's a book a month almost coming from her. It's wild. So yeah, whoop, there's that one. Okay, then we'll just show this one real quick because speaking of TL Swan, I was kindly, I already talked about this in the review I did for it, so like I won't go in it too much, but Arndell, her new publisher, reached out to me and asked if they could send me a copy of it, and you know, I had said yes to it because I have always wanted to be reached out for an arc from her, so I said yes, even though I haven't been loving her writing lately, so I knew I might not love it. So I said yes to this one, but I've decided I won't be saying yes to future books just because her writing style isn't mine. But I got this gorgeous hot pink box with it, and it did come with the bonus, which as I said, I've read already now. There's a review up for it. And it came with some cute little stuff. Like they didn't go too nuts, which is nice. It's just a really simple box, which that's perfect because as much as all those, as much as all the PR stuff is fun, sometimes it adds up to being like a lot of junk that I end up having to pass along, you know? But there was a pen, and then it had a bonus bookmark, and then it had this little newspaper, which is so cool. It has like a word puzzle on the back, and it has these like little fake headlines, which is great. Like there's one that says, Christopher abandons Miles Media for a sabbatical. It says Ferreira Media wins again. There is Francesca Ferreira stuns in vintage Chanel. So it has all these like fun little fake headlines, which I thought was really cute. So there was the bonus, which though the book didn't work, I did feel like I made it a little bit by getting a early copy of one of my favorite, you know, she still will always have a soft spot. As I said, she will still always be a favorite author in that regards because she wrote The Takeover, which I will, you know, forever love her for, even if it didn't work. And I did love that this was hot pink with the pearls. Like, that's pretty cool. I respect it, y'all. I respect it. I will keep that, actually. So, then I received, I'm very excited for this one, Love and Whiskey, Hooked on You by Nikki Ash. So she's doing book boxes for all 3 books in this series, which is, I'm so lucky I got tapped because I really liked Drunk on You. That one was cool. It came with like a shot glass and it came with what else? I actually used something else from that box, but I can't remember what it is now. So we got this box. This one's going to be a double single parent. It's a billionaire single dad and like a struggling single mom. And here we go in here. I'm so excited to read this one. Like, I can't even pretend otherwise. So yeah, this is gorgeous. This also came with a page overlay. See what I mean? Like, this one's so bright, but you can't really read through it. So there's that. I think they both have daughters. So yeah, this one is getting read this month for sure. And then there was some amazing stuff. So I won't pull this out again. This is actually a thing of soap that is in the shape of a donut. So there's that. There was Lila Junko cards. I was so happy. Like, look at, I love Lila Junko if you don't know. So there was struggling single mom, nanny romance, and then billionaire single dad. So I was so happy about those. And then like there's some cute stickers in there. And there was this cookie, which I can't quite tell what it's supposed to be. I don't know what it is, but it's from Joe's Dough. So there's that. So super cute box. Actually, like the inside of this box too, like look at it, it has like the character things. It says he's 39, she's 27. Ryder finds her living in an SUV. He falls first. He's a single dad to Addie. She's a single mom to Violet. She's a domestic abuse survivor. Like, I'm gonna love this. Like, I'm gonna love this book so much. It comes out on the 12th, so I will be getting to this one very soon. And I also just like, I love this cover. I love this model, by the way. I know he's on one of the covers by Maggie Cole. He's on, look, she has like hand tattoos too. You maybe can't see them, but she has like hand tattoos. Like, oh, I'm so excited to read this one. Like, I'm not even kidding you. So, another super cute box. And then the last box that I have to show, which was in a box. The other ones were not. I got Kingmaker's Academy, which I put up a YouTube short of me opening this. I knew this was coming because Sophie is so kind. If you must know, this is one of the authors that I'm pretty biased towards, though I have been brutally honest about a few of her books. And she has, her Kingmaker's Academy is getting like a rebrand and getting re-released with Bloom, as a lot of authors have done. And so with the Kingmakers, they're kind of setting it up to look like, you know, it has like year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, and then they're doing, and then graduation will be how they're naming it. And they're definitely going with a like real fun theming of it. So what was in this box here is this great little, this was so fun. There's some cool stuff in this one. So there are, of course, stickers for Leo and Anna. This is, of course, Lena Erickson's lovely art. She is a viewer and a friend. She's been a friend for many years now. And then there is like the explanation of how you're supposed to do it. It says, think of Kingmakers like a binge-worthy TV show. Every great show needs a good villain. Dean Yenin wants to destroy Leo Gallo and take everything he loves. And at the end of the first book, half of you will hate Dean, but half of you just might love him. Which side will you be on? Whichever you choose by year 3 will change everything. So I like that they did this too, because it's now taking some of the guesswork out, because as someone who's been talking about and promoting this series for, I looked back, it's been almost 4 years. It's been almost 4 years since I read these. 3 years, I think, is the first time I like had her on my channel and everything. And it was always difficult because we would rave about book 3, because that is my favorite. The Bully is my favorite. But to convince people that they had to read them all was very like difficult, because they're like, why can't I just skip? Well, some book series, you just can't skip around. Even when you think you want to, you miss the whole point. And so I love that they're doing this year 1 type thing. So hold on, what else we got in here? There's some cool stuff. So there's, of course, a cool like card for like what to tag everything. And then this, I'm so fucking excited about. I was seeing other people with this. There's a coloring book. And this one covers the first 2 years, I think. So there's year 1. So this is all of like Lena's art, and there's quotes, and then you can like color them. So that's Anna. And there's even like some spicy ones. Like, oh, there's her dancing. Let's see if I can find a spicy one to show you. Oh, here's a kissy one. So yeah, coloring book. And this one covers year 1 and 2, I think, because there was year 1 and then there's year 2. So hopefully that means there's going to be some for all of them. But that is so cool. And then I can't wait to wear this. I got it extra big because I like to be cozy. So there's Kingmakers Academy with the logo. I love just plain gray sweaters. Like seriously, I have like 10 and I'm always happy to have more. So I might even turn this one into a crop one. I don't know, because I got it extra big and I kind of might like that. So there's that. Now, of course, there's the book, which here it is, which you've probably seen this around. So Kingmakers year 1, the blue edges. I wish this blue kind of actually matched more of it. I actually watched this thing about someone who they were doing unpopular bookish opinions. And I'm not ragging on this book at all. It's just the trend of like people saying that's like makes it a special edition to have the, you know, to have the edges sprayed. But when it's one plain color, it doesn't always turn out great, right? Because it shows you all the flaws when it's one plain color. So there's someone who said, she's like, I don't buy them anymore if they only have one color. And I was like, that's fair. But I mean, I was going to buy a new edition of this one no matter what. And now we have full bleed pages with the art in it too. So it's amazing. I'm so happy for these. So anyway, that was sent to me. And as you know, I'm a stan for Sophie Lark too. So no surprise there. As I said, I have a tattoo for her. It's up to you whether you trust my opinions, but you know, I love her. I love her so much. Okie dokie. All right. So those were ones in boxes, but we're not done yet. Just you wait. All right. There's the stack over here. Whoop. Okay. So one that I'm very excited to get on my shelf is If You Give a Billionaire a Bride. This is so great. So absolutely love this series. And Anne has been so sweet and sent out copies of these for all of it. So yeah, this one is A Marriage of Convenience, and it's also like childhood friends to lovers as well, or brother's best friend too. So yeah, this one is Everly and what's his name? Everly and Cash, because I have a sticker with them. So yeah, they get married in Vegas. Look at the cute little stickers, just married. There's the one bed inn, which maybe you can, cute little like room key. And then yeah, Las Vegas. And then here's some of the art. So red shoes, them together. She gets such pretty art done. Like the art from the first book with If You Give a Single Dad a Nanny, like I love that one so much. So happy to have this book. I've already reviewed this one and I loved it so much. Her books make me so happy because they're not quite a rom-com, but they have that right amount of lightness where you have a great time without it being too silly. And I just love that. Okay, then we have a book that I actually just read and reviewed. It's on the last week's one. I listened to the audiobook, and Claire Kingsley was actually sending out early copies of Temptation Trails. So this is a small town suspense romance, and with it she sent a sheet of cookie stickers, which if you read it, you'll know baking is a huge part of this one. So that's amazing. And it also came with a Timber Beast Tavern coaster, which is also important to the story when you read it. So thank you so much to Claire and her team for sending that my way. And then I was recently just sent, this is going to be the re-release of this one. So this series is already out, which I'm kind of happy about because there's audiobooks for the whole series. But this is Bride of the Shadow King by Sylvia Mercedes. This one is re-released in November. And this one is an outcast princess makes a political marriage with a reluctant king to save both their kingdoms. And this is the first book in Bride of the Shadow King series, and sent some pretty art that, look at that. So very intrigued by this one. So yeah, I'm very happy that all the audiobooks are out for that, because that will definitely encourage me more. Oh, and this one was even personalized. That's so sweet. Not all ARCs are, which is great. Oops, I'll put this one there. Okay, then I was sent this one from, I can't remember. I think this is from Wordsmith Publicity sent me this. This is a book that's already out. They're just doing kind of a media push for this one, and this one looks really cool. So this is a sci-fi romance. It's called A Love Beyond the Stars by Jennifer Chipman. And from what I saw about this one, I don't have it anymore, but this one is like a forbidden romance. They're stuck on a spaceship together. I think it is like her dad's colleague. Is that what it said? Maybe not. The daughter of his childhood icon. Okay, so it's not necessarily her dad's colleague or something, but she looks up to her dad. And yeah, I think it's a featuring a grumpy space captain and his sunshine first pilot falling in love as they travel the galaxy. So that's great. Oh no, when did that happen? Got a little ding on this here, which I didn't notice. But this one came with some cute pictures for them. There's that and this, and then a cute bookmark. So she has written stuff like all over the thing too. She has some spooky ones. There's Spookily Yours, Wickedly Yours, and then there's Once Upon a Fake Date, a Not So Prince Charming. So she's got some fun ones out there. So yeah, I'd never heard of Jennifer Chipman before. But I love that. Sometimes, not a lot of PR companies do this, just because, I mean, it is difficult to just be sending them out when you aren't sure that someone has asked for them or not. But once in a while, like Valentine PR will do this, where they'll pick books from my trope list that I've said I like, and they'll just send me a book, right? That's how I first read Jagger Cole. They sent me the first book in his series, and I was obsessed with it, right? And I read that like whole series, right? Because I liked it so much. Okay, so then I was sent the re-release of, this is called the Red, I think it's called the Red series. Yeah, the Red Ledger series by Meredith Wild. And this is a 9-part series, and they put it into 3 books. So I think it was released serialized. But this one is, from what I read about this, so he's death for hire, it says. Some people measure life in hours, days, weeks. I measure mine in kills. A covert military mission gone wrong robbed me of my memory and any link to my past. This is my existence now. I execute and survive. Nothing more, nothing less. I was ready to write Isabel Foster's name in my ledger of unfortunate souls until she uttered the one word that could stop the bullet meant for her. My name. So, sounds like he's sent to assassinate her, but he actually knows her. And so then I think they end up on the run together, like that type of thing. So I actually have Reborn on my TBR for this month, because I do want to try to read and at least review this one for them, because they sent me the whole series. So I'm intrigued with it. I'm intrigued with this one for sure. And I think this one will be a second chance, so it could also work for other teams' tropes in the readathon. I'm not sure. But yeah, Paige and Vine sent me this, and look, we got another coaster. I need to start a little collection of these. You know how some people have them from bars? I have quite a few coasters that have been sent here. I don't drink enough like alcohol to need it, but I think it could be fun to create something with these. So I might do that, because I like coasters. I like what they're made out of. Okay. All right, then I have the arc of Truly Madly Deeply by LJ Shen, and I'm really intrigued by this one. So I did sign up for this from Bloom. So what happens with Bloom, by the way, if you don't know, I get a lot of wonderful books from them. I'm so happy to be in with Bloom. You have no idea, because they do a lot of my favorite authors. But you're allowed to like sign up for which ones you want, and then based on how many copies of them they have, they choose who gets them, right? And I just really I wanted to try this LJ Shen. It was the beginning of a new series, and I have a checkered past with her, but since this one is going to be released like directly with Bloom, I wanted to give it a go. And I know that now my connection at Bloom that I talk with, she did say that this one might possibly be being marketed a little wrong, which I knew. Like, she told me what it really is, and I still was intrigued by it. She's just like, I think it might be being sold a little bit wrong based on like the color palette of it and how cutesy it's seeming, because she was like, this is an asshole hero, which typical for LJ Shen, so no surprise there. But she's like, this is an asshole hero and it's a like serious like hate to love. But I believe this one is a Michelin star chef. And then she is, I don't know if she's supposed to be working under him or what. But yeah, I guess it's her friend's brother too. So I don't know. This one comes out on the 10th. So I'm going to try to read this before it comes out. I got a sexy little art print. And then it says Descartes. This must be the name of it. So it says, he saw her first, a billionaire chef, small town, boss employee, grumpy sunshine, enemies to lovers. So, and then there's going to be, I guess, 2 different covers. But yeah, this is the cover that I got, and it's an art copy. So definitely going to try to get to this one before release day. I'll probably actually start it pretty soon because it is a pretty, it's almost 500 pages. So this was so cool. So thank you. And then the last one that was sent as an ARC is one that I talked about this in a different video, I think, but I actually wrote for this one. Like, I wrote to the PR and asked for this book because I just thought I'd give it a go. I knew there was going to be ARC copies of it, and I also knew that it was a debut fantasy for the author. She's written other books, but she hasn't written fantasy yet. So I wrote, and they wrote back literally immediately. I got an email back within minutes saying, yes, let us send it to you. And that's never happened to me before. So I will say I pinched myself a little bit. So I hope I really like this book. But either way, I'm intrigued because it is, I believe, a sapphic fantasy, which isn't always my strong suit. But I wanted to give it a go because there's going to be more stories in this series as well. So it is North is the Night by Emily Rath. So this one doesn't come out till December 17th. So I definitely have time to read this one. But yeah, this one says that it is, I believe it's on the inside. It says it draws from Finland's poetic epic, the Kalevala, and her own Finnish ancestry. International bestseller Emily Rath weaves romantasy, adventure, and intrigue for a mythical adventure of 2 young women who defy the gods. So yeah, I know there's like an evil witch queen and all that stuff. So blessed to be sent this. And yeah, it comes out, well, it says January 2025, but then it says it's on sale 12/17. So I'm not sure because I thought it was in January as well. So I don't know. Maybe there's 2 different reliefs for it, but I love it. Okay, now let's go through what I bought and then we'll wrap up this, because you know what, when I make these videos I always think that I don't like, I was like, oh, I don't have too many books to talk about, and then I'm talking for forever. Okay, so this was a recent lease, How to Fall for a Scoundrel. I had an ARC for it but didn't get around to it, so I made sure I bought the book and I read it on release day. I listened to the audiobook for it, enjoyed it, gave it 4 stars. This is the second book in Her Majesty's Rebels. I have Jade City by Fonda Lee. I'm actually currently reading this book. I'm buddy reading it with Jessin from Jessin Reads Romance. This is one of Crystal's favorite books this year. She loved this series, The Green Bone Saga, and so Jessin and I were like, let's buddy read it together. So I'm listening to the audiobook, but I also have, these are how many pages we're reading a day, and yeah, I'm buddy reading this with her right now. I am now on the hype team for Corinne Michaels, and part of that is we have to post about her books like twice a month to, you know, hype her and everything. And so I wanted to add to my Corinne Michaels collection because I literally only had 1 book of hers, and I was like, how am I going to do that? So I ended up finding some of her books on sale, so they're a little bit dented, but I got Say You'll Stay, and then I have Return to Us and Could Have Been Us in this cool design, the Willow Creek Valley books. So I bought those just so that I had some more options for things to make for her. Then this was a book I absolutely loved this year, Her Villain by S.M. La Violette. I've raved about that one. I didn't have a copy of the Antihero yet. I only had the Homewrecker. So I went ahead and bought myself this one just in case the these covers go away sometime. I don't know if they will, I'm not sure, but just in case, I bought myself this cover so that I have both of those ones. And I need to buy the Heartbreaker too, because that one's out. Okay, of course I had to get myself a copy of Heart of Frost and Scars. This was book 3 in the Frozen Fates trilogy. And I can't wait to reread this one and mark it up. It of course still has her like so many lovely like her artwork in here. And it has nice big margins for me to write in. Before this book came out, I actually reread books 1 and 2. And annotated them. So sometime this year, I will reread this one as well. Because I loved it so much. This was a 6-star read for sure. This book, I have never read it, but I saw this one when I went on a Barnes & Noble trip with my sister and my nieces when they were here last. And I believe Crystal has read this. And she read it when it was an indie book, and now it's traditionally published because that's what happens these days. So this is The North Wind by Alexandra Warwick, and it says, a mortal woman, an ageless god, a union that will save the world or destroy it. So it's inspired by Beauty and the Beast and the myth of Hades and Persephone's. The lush and enchanting enemies to lovers fantasy romance is perfect for fans of blah, 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 you know. And I also was excited about it because Wren of Edgewood is the name of one of the heroines. And again, I was shopping with my sister and my nieces, and one of my nieces' names is Wren. So I was like, oh, well, that's fitting. I don't always like books where my nieces' names are in them because it can be weird, especially because my niece Everly, her name is everywhere. Like literally, I read a book a month, sometimes multiple, where her name is in it. It's just the hot heroine name or whatever. So anyway, okay, now I just have 3 special editions that I actually purchased. So one of these, it was taking forever to get sent to me, but I did order the blackout version of God of Malice. I don't know, I just wanted another special edition. This is from Baddie's Book Box, and I just thought it would be fun to have the blackout copy of this one. The only other copy from this store I was able to get was God of Fury, because I could get the whole series, but now I can't really afford it. I don't really need it. So my 2 favorite books are God of Malice and God of Fury anyway. So yeah, this is the blackout version of it, which is cool. There's the shiny parts here. The pages are all black. I love that. Like, that's so cool. I love how this looks. And then just like the other one, it has, you can turn it inside out and it has like a couple page on it, which I also really like. So I bought this. It took like 6 months to get here, which is fine. It's here now. So yeah, I love that. And then I had done a Kickstarter for Zoe Draven. She did special editions of her Horde King series. Now, I couldn't get the whole series, and honestly, I couldn't spend that much and get the whole series of it, but I did back 2 books, right? Because you could choose literally like 1, 2, 4, 5, or the whole series. And I picked 2, and I picked my favorite 2. So I got the special edition of, or the hardback of Captive of the Horde King. So it has this, and then the underneath looks like this. And it has her like new man covers as the cover of it, which is hot. And then there was both a safe for work and not safe for work art that came with it. Also, the pages on this one, gorgeous. And then my other favorite one is Broken by the Horde King too. This one's cool. It has like stars. This one has like the water. This one's gorgeous. I love it. This one has like a blue underneath. So, I mean, I'm sad I don't have a whole set, but at the same time, like, these are my 2 favorites, and therefore they're the ones I'm most likely to reread. So I also love, like, there's a map here. And yeah, and then we have, again, safe for work and not safe for work versions. Love it. So yeah, I'm happy with those for sure. So So there you go. That is my haul for the month of August, both the books I bought and the ones that were gifted to me or sent to me. And I'm very thankful for all of these, and I can't wait to add them onto my beautiful shelves. It's gonna be great. So thank you so much for watching, friends. It means so much to me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.